Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. This time I want to pour flowers and I want to pour in green. So I already mixed my white. The white is the angel white. And I mixed a little bit of the green hydrangea. Laura, you need to correct me if I'm not saying this correctly. It's a very beautiful and light green mica. I used it before and I thought I just mix it into my resin. So you can see my resin has already thickened up when I'm pouring this into the mold. I think it was round about 35-40 minutes after I mixed my resin. I made another pour, and this is the rest I have in my jar. And I'm generally mixing always a little bit more so I can also do some flowers. So it's my little trick for myself. It works quite good, especially with the Art Pro resin from the Resin Pro company. It's a medium viscosity with a rather long working time. So now I'm just quickly using the heat gun just to pop any bubbles which are might trap on the surface before I start dropping my resin inks. But I also use the dotting tool and I'm just going around the edges just to see if there are any little bubbles trapped in those little crevices. The mold I'm using here is the Geode Duo mold from Molds and Shapes. I really like it with the two coaster or with a dual coaster mold because it's quite nice when you want to take it with you somewhere. So this is actually the Octopus Green Tea resin ink. I got this from Marion Richter. We exchanged some of the colors and that's why I'm having this little bottle. And I'm just dropping the resin ink into my mold. You see, I'm just taking my time as I always do. And I'm sorry that my hand is a little bit in the way. I hope you see it now a little bit better. And I just let it spread a little bit. It's a beautiful color. I really love this green tone. It gives you a spring feeling and yeah, I really like it. And now I'm just pulling the drops a little bit into the center so that my center is not completely in this white greenish tone, which I mixed before. It actually looks quite interesting like this, like little leaves. Really like it. So, and I'm pouring out of the cup. I love pouring out of the cup and I go in a spiral. This is always the easiest way to make your flower and to achieve a nice pattern. And I really like the shade of green because it's not so hard on the green resin ink. I think it looks very gorgeous. So I'm just making my spiral. And now I'm doing the second one. Yeah, there went a drop into my resin, but it doesn't matter. So you see, I'm always taking my time. This is already speeded up a little bit, but you don't need to be in a rush. Just do your flower and enjoy. I didn't fill up my mold up to the rim. It's only half filled because I wanted to do a back layer. But at that point, I was not sure what sort of back layer I'm doing. I just wanted to wait a little bit and make my decision on the next day. But first, I'm just continuing with my flower, just pouring another ring around. And then I'm just taking the heat gun or the torch, not the heat gun, and I'm just popping some bubbles that are on the surface. And now I'm just making sure I smoothen out a little bit my center, and then I start doing my pattern, and I'm just doing the pattern where the drops are. So for every drop, one petal. You see it here. This is really the easiest way how to draw a flower. And then I'm just taking the dotting tool and I'm pulling from inside out, but this time I'm not really dragging my stick through the outside of the petal, if you know what I mean. Normally I would just pull it really over the edge, but I'm not doing this now. And here I'm doing the same. I'm just following the pattern the resin ink did. I love the color. I wonder what you are thinking of the color. I think it's very beautiful green. Now I'm doing here the same. I'm just pulling my stick through the center. Not through, from the center to the outside, sorry. But I'm not gonna pull it over the rim of the mold. So this is my flower almost done, and I'm just giving it a very little swirl in the center. Just a little bit, you see. I'm not making a huge swirl, just a little bit. And this is a close-up, and I'm already quite happy the way the petals have been closed up. And I'm also happy that I've chosen to mix green into my white resin. So this is the next day, and I thought a lot of people are doing the raindrop technique, and I thought I go around the outer edges. I know my flower spread it a lot, but I thought I will just test how it's gonna look like if I do the raindrop technique. And I've seen Sandra Rettig doing this over a year ago. I also saw TNR doing this a long time ago and now recently as well. So I thought, why not combining this technique with the 3D flowers? So yeah, we have to wait and see if it works, because I can only put my UV resin at the outer rim. You see it where I have my white negative space. And I'm just randomly making my drops. I also sometimes see that I put 2 drops quite close next to each other, that they are a little bit combining. And it's basically a test and seeing what I can achieve with this 3D bloom in connection with the raindrops. So when I'm happy, I just stop, but there are still a little bit, another one was there. And then I'm just making sure I take my UV lamp and let my raindrops cure. So here's my UV lamp. I put it on 30 seconds so that the raindrops themselves are still a little bit yeah, still not really hardened. So I have not so much problem applying my mica powder. And for the mica powder, I used the Molotov. I thought this might be a good powder for the background. So you see, I'm just putting the powder at the outer rim. And I'm quite curious how this is going to turn out, if it will work, how it will look like. I'm very curious. So I'm doing this, and what I didn't film is the black back layer, because I think you saw many artists just doing the black back layer, and I thought I don't need to share this. This is just mixing black mica or black pigment paste and then making the back layer. So I didn't film this, so the video would have been too long anyway. But this is now, 24 hours after I made the back layer. And I'm very curious how, my flowers, my green flowers turned out. So just let's have a look. And look at that. It's very thin with the drops, but I like the idea. I really love the idea. And this is the second one, and I'm also very happy about the flower. It's almost that I didn't mention it, but look at that. I really love the green, and then with the greenish, with a super hyper shift back layer. And this is the close-up, so you can see the raindrops and also the color shift. I love it. So I will certainly do this again. Maybe the flower a little bit smaller, so I have more of the raindrops. But for the first attempt, I'm quite happy. With this, I love and leave you. And I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, I would be happy for a thumbs up, for a comment, and see you for my next video. Take care and thanks for watching. Bye bye.